Addiction is a powerful force. It takes hold of our lives, our thoughts, and our very being. It whispers promises of escape, of comfort, of relief from the pain within. Yet, those whispers are lies, leading us further into darkness and despair. We find ourselves trapped in a cycle of craving and consumption, desperately seeking solace in something outside ourselves. This is the grip of addiction, a relentless battle against our own minds and bodies. Many of us have experienced this struggle, whether personally or through the suffering of loved ones. We've witnessed the devastating effects of addiction, the broken promises, the shattered dreams, the erosion of hope. We've seen the toll it takes on individuals, families, and communities. But even in the darkest moments, even when hope seems lost, there is a path to freedom. This path isn't found in our own strength or willpower alone. It's not about mustering more determination or trying harder next time. True and lasting freedom from addiction comes from a higher source, from surrendering to the love and grace of God. Addiction is often mistakenly seen as a purely physical or psychological problem. However, beneath the surface lies a profound spiritual component. It's a yearning for wholeness, for peace, for a connection to something greater than ourselves. This yearning is a reflection of our God-given desire for a relationship with Him. When we're disconnected from God, we seek fulfillment in other things, substances, behaviors, relationships. We try to fill the void with temporary fixes, but these ultimately leave us emptier and more broken. This is why willpower alone often fails to break the chains of addiction. We're fighting a spiritual battle with physical and emotional weapons, and the outcome is rarely victory. Recognizing the spiritual nature of addiction is crucial for true and lasting recovery. It's about acknowledging the emptiness within and seeking fulfillment in the one who created us. When we turn to God, we begin to address the root of the problem, not just the symptoms. We're often told to be strong, to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, to just say no. While willpower is important, it's not enough to overcome the powerful grip of addiction. Relying solely on our own strength is like trying to sail across an ocean in a leaky boat. We might stay afloat for a while, but eventually we'll be overwhelmed by the waves. Addiction is a cunning and relentless enemy. It preys on our weaknesses, exploits our vulnerabilities, and whispers lies to keep us trapped. We can't fight this battle alone. We need a power greater than ourselves to break free. This is where God's grace comes in. It's not about earning His favor or proving our worth. It's about acknowledging our limitations, surrendering our will to His, and allowing Him to fight our battles for us. God's grace is a gift freely given to all who ask. It's not something we deserve or can earn through good works. It's His undeserved favor and love poured out on us unconditionally. When we embrace God's grace, we open ourselves to a power that can heal our brokenness and set us free from the chains of addiction. This grace isn't a magic solution that instantly eliminates all cravings and struggles. It's a process, a journey of healing and transformation. As we surrender to God, we allow Him to work in our hearts and minds, renewing our thoughts and transforming our desires. God's grace gives us the strength to resist temptation, the courage to face our struggles, and the hope to keep moving forward even when we stumble. It's a lifeline in the midst of the storm, a beacon of light guiding us towards freedom. Surrender is often misunderstood as weakness or defeat, but in the context of faith and recovery, it's the ultimate act of courage. It's about acknowledging that we can't do it alone, that we need God's help to overcome the challenges we face. When we surrender our will to His, we open ourselves to a power greater than ourselves, a power that can heal our deepest wounds and set us free from the chains of addiction. Surrender isn't a one-time event, it's a daily choice. It's about giving God our fears, our doubts, our struggles, and trusting that He will guide us through. It's about letting go of our need to control and allowing Him to work in our lives in ways we never thought possible. This process of surrender and healing is transformative. It changes our hearts, our minds, and our very being. As we draw closer to God, we experience His love, His grace, and His power in a tangible way. Section 6. Steps of Faith. Practical ways to invite God into your recovery. Integrating faith into recovery involves practical steps that can strengthen your connection with God and provide support on your journey to freedom. Here are a few ways to invite God's presence into your healing. Talk to God honestly about your struggles, fears, and hopes. Ask for His guidance, strength, and forgiveness. Immerse yourself in God's Word. Find comfort, encouragement, and direction in scriptures that speak to your situation. Connect with other believers who understand the challenges of addiction and recovery. Find support, accountability, and encouragement in a community of faith. Use your experiences to help others who are struggling. Sharing your story and offering support can be a powerful part of your own healing journey. Remember, your journey is unique and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. Be patient with yourself, lean on God's grace, and celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. Section 7. Living in victory, the ongoing journey of faith and sobriety. Recovery is not a destination, but a lifelong journey of growth, healing, and transformation. It's about learning to live in victory day by day with God's grace as our guide and strength. This journey will have its challenges, moments of weakness, and even setbacks, but with God by our side, we can face these obstacles with courage and hope. Knowing that we are never alone in our struggles. Living in victory involves staying connected to God through prayer, Bible study, and fellowship. It's about renewing our minds with His Word, surrounding ourselves with supportive relationships, and making choices that align with our values and goals. Remember, recovery is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your progress, and never give up on the amazing future God has planned for you. Section 8. A message of hope. You are not alone in your struggle. If you're battling addiction, please know that you're not alone. Millions of people have walked this path before you, and countless others are fighting the same battle today. There is hope and there is help. Reaching out is not a sign of weakness, but of courage. It takes strength to acknowledge the need for support and to seek a different path. Don't be afraid to ask for help, whether from loved ones, support groups, or professionals. Remember that seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. You deserve to live a life free from the chains of addiction, and with God's grace, it is possible. Section 9. God's unfailing love, a promise of healing and restoration. God's love for you is unconditional and unwavering. He sees your heart, knows your struggles, and longs to set you free. No matter what you've done or where you've been, His arms are open wide, ready to embrace you with His love and grace. His promise to us is clear. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 147, verse 3. This promise is for you. It's a promise of healing, restoration, and a future filled with hope. Embrace God's love today. Surrender your struggles to Him and allow His grace to guide you on the path to freedom and wholeness.